What's happening, everybody? It's your resident supervillain, Mr. J. Washington, and I am here with my official review for Marvel Studios' Ant-Man and the Wasp. Now, I'm going to do my best to keep all spoilers away from this. I don't want to spoil this movie for y'all because this is something you all are going to want to see. This is another home run for Marvel. Marvel is officially 20 movies in within 10 years. If you would have told me or anybody else 10 years ago after Iron Man that in 10 years Marvel will be 20 films deep, learn from their mistakes, and have a solid universe going, I would have looked at you like you were a damn fool. But guess what? They are there, and this is another slam. Peyton Reed's directed film is phenomenal. Alright, let me get into the cast. Paul Rudd is hysterical in this movie. You will laugh nonstop with him. The moments, the interactions with Paul Rudd and Michael Douglas, Paul Rudd and Michael Pena, Paul Rudd and Evangeline Lilly, Paul Rudd and Lawrence Fishburne, Paul Rudd and Randall Park. It is hilarious. Randall Park is goddamn hysterical in this. If you have never watched Fresh Off the Boat on ABC, I encourage you to find it on Hulu, wherever you can find it in your streaming platforms, and check out that show and then understand how dope this man is in this movie. Michael Pena as Luis sets up exactly who he is. You know who he is from the first movie on to the second, and it's still hilarious. There is one scene where he is doing the Luis thing, telling you a story, and it will have you in stitches. Not just because of how Luis is telling the story, but who else is interacting with it, okay? Evangeline Lilly is a superstar in this. It is rightfully so. She is the first woman to be featured in the headline and title of a Marvel movie. She deserves it. She is action-packed, no nonsense, and then she gives you so much depth and dimension with the character of Hope Van Dyne, and it is beautiful, man. Like, she kicked more ass than that man in this movie, I'll be honest with you. Michael Douglas is Hank Pym. Yo, they used Michael Douglas to the fullest in this movie. He was really on the sidelines a lot in the first one. This one, he really is involved in a lot of the action, especially some of the jokes. And there's even a part you think, oh my God, is he finna suit up in his own suit? But you gotta check that out. I'll tell you about that later. Lawrence Fishburne as Bill Foster. What you get out of him and then what other things happen, it is so dope. It is so Lawrence Fishburne. Yo, you get a throwback look at Lawrence Fishburne that is almost Ike Turner-esque from What's Love Got to Do with It. I was like, please don't hit nobody with the eat the cake anime. Please don't do it. Michelle Pfeiffer, when you see her, she is phenomenal. When she comes onto the screen, you can tell this is a veteran actor who knows what they're doing, who brings you into their role, and especially a role where we were all excited to see what Janet Van Dyne was going to look like and how she was going to be. Pulled it off quite flawlessly. Let me get to Hannah John Kamen, who plays the ghost. Is it Kamen or Kamen? She is amazing. Now, I had a debate with one of my buddies, Greg Alba of The Real Rejects. Now, Greg said he felt she was one note. He's entitled to have his opinion, even though Greg's a homie. Greg was wrong. She is so dope as a villain and her reasoning behind it. This is one of the things I believe Marvel as a whole, both film and television, have picked up on and have developed and gone further and actually built upon, is having their villains have substance, to have something behind them, reasoning. Some are evil to be evil, some you find out why they become the way they are. With the Ghost, you find out about it and you're sympathetic to a sense, but you also want to see her get what's coming to her, you know what I mean? And she does a phenomenal job of that in this movie, man. I so much rock with her, especially all the ass she was kicking. I was like, you go, girl. I hit her with the Martin Lawrence, you know what I'm saying? You go, girl. So I think that gives you pretty much all the main characters I want you to focus on. Cassie is adorable, hilarious, and drops a lot of gems, a lot of Easter eggs, if you will, to future happenings within the movie. Let me give you some overall thoughts of the film. I've never laughed as hard as I did with any other Marvel movie. Now, I laughed my ass off with Guardians 1. I laughed a lot at Guardians 2. I was in stitches with Thor Ragnarok. But this is probably above them all. This movie was structured so well, written so well, and executed perfectly to the point where all of the jokes hit when they need to hit, they land how they need to land, and they keep you just in a rolling laughter. And as a stand-up comedian, that is something you want to have. Somebody who's a writer, you want to make sure when you're writing dialogue it's supposed to be funny, it hits where it needs to hit. and that's what this movie does. I have to tip my hat to Peyton Reed, man. You put together a second one that is phenomenal. Hopefully you get the Fantastic Four out of this when they make their transition into the MCU. There are two post-credit scenes. Well, not two post-credit scenes, excuse me. A mid-credit scene and a post-credit scene. And I encourage you to stay for them both and stay all the way to the end of the credits. Do you hear me? All the way to the end. Don't leave. People were leaving out the theater. I'm like, yo, you new to this? Like, this is Marvel. They started this. Like, they started us making sure we paid attention. What are you doing? Stay. Sit your ass down. Make sure you stay through. I know recently it seemed like I've been a lot of, certain movies and certain things, especially with Marvel, it seems like I'm always hyped. I'm pushing them up. And it's just that I appreciate what they've done. Now, has Marvel had misses with either television or film? Yes, they have. I can lay them out in front of you. Inhumans, first and foremost. Iron Fist, secondly. Thor: The Dark World. And there's a lot of people who say, well, Thor: The Dark World ain't a bad movie. That movie is awful. Let's just be real with ourselves here, please. Cameron. But they have made an exceptional film. It ties into Infinity War in a way you wouldn't expect. We find out when it happens, and it leaves a lot of things open to see what's going on in Avengers 4, and even further, Captain Marvel, Spider-Man Far From Home, now that we know the name of the sequel, and everything else. So let me know what your thoughts and expectations are for this film in the comments below. And while you're at it, make sure you subscribe and click on the notification bell. Share this video with those you think may be interested in an Ant-Man and the Wasp review without any spoilers, but letting you know a lot of level of excitement and what you can expect to see. Because I know a lot of times some people want spoilers, but sometimes some people want to go in and just like, yo, I don't want no spoilers. Just know, should I like it or shouldn't I? And that's what I want to bring to you all right? Make sure you follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Mr. J Washington. That's MrJaywashington. And I will holler at you guys next go round. Take it easy. I'm out here. Peace.